Good morning, everyone. Apologize for the hiccup in the schedule. There's some problems with the internet in shul, and so therefore we learned Mishnah after davening, but now we'll do it online, do the live stream. All right, so we are learning Mishnah Sukkah, Parak Beis, Chapter 2, Mishnah Hey, Mishnah 5. Now, the previous Mishnah had just concluded, Oichlin v'shoisin aroy chutz l'sukkah. We are permitted to snack outside of the sukkah, meaning to eat something that's not a meal just to take away our hunger. That one can do even outside of the sukkah. So Mishnah continues from that. Masa, it happened. And they brought to the sage Rabbi Yochanan the son of Zakkai, to taste a cooked dish. It would have been a food to have to eat in the sukkah, but they only asked him to taste from it. And they brought to the sage from Gamliel 2 kaisavos, which are 2 dates, and lima and deli shalmayim, and a pail of water. Again, these things, no matter how much you eat of them, are never considered a meal. They're always considered a snack. So these 2 sages who brought these foods that would have constituted snacks. The Amru, they said, Ha'alum l'sukkah, bring them up to the sukkah, meaning they wanted to eat them in the sukkah. So the point here is not that they're arguing whether halachically you can eat them outside of the sukkah, but that it's something that you should do. It's something, as the commentary Bar Tanura says, it's meshubach, it's praiseworthy. It wouldn't be considered showing off if you did. So that is the point of why they said take them to the sukkah. It's teaching us this halacha, this law, that if you these things you're not obligated to eat in the sukkah, but if you do, it's a praiseworthy thing. Interesting also to point out is the fact that it says that they said ha'alum, bring them up to the sukkah. Why up? And the answer is because in the times in the Mishnah, sukkahs were a sukkah was typically built on top of a flat roof. And therefore, they said, bring it up to the sukkah. Okay. Now, the Mishnah continues with another story with another sage. And when on Sukkot, they gave the sage Rabbi Tzadok food, which really means bread, less than the volume of an egg. That's what they gave him on Sukkot, and it was outside of the sukkah. The Talei B'mapa, I'm just going to read what the Mishnah says first, and we'll explain. The Talei B'mapa, he put it in a cloth. He took it in a cloth. V'achalei chutz l'sukkah, he ate it outside of the sukkah. V'lo berach alav, and he did not say the blessing afterwards. He didn't bench. He didn't say berachas hamazon. He didn't say the grace after meals afterwards. So now let's analyze each part of this story. The story basically is that Rabbi Tzadok took less than the volume of an egg. It doesn't say he washed his hands for it like we did before Hamotzi. It just says he took it in a cloth. He wrapped it in a cloth. That's how he ate it. And where did he eat it? Outside of the sukkah. And after he finished eating, he didn't say the after bracha. He didn't bench. He didn't say the berachas hamazon. So there's a number of things that we see from Tzadok's actions. First of all, if he didn't wash his hands, the Talas Yadayim that we do before bread, on this volume of on this bread that was less than the volume of an egg, that means that he is of the opinion, and this is an argument amongst the sages of the Mishnah, how much bread do you have to eat to have to wash your hands beforehand? Does it have to be the volume of an egg? Does it have to be the volume of an olive? Maybe it's any amount of bread. So Rabbi Tzadok clearly is of the opinion that if it's less than the volume of an egg, you don't have to wash your hands for it. At the same time, he took it in a cloth because of cleanliness. At the end of the day, he didn't wash his hands, so he didn't want to hold the food with his hands. He wrapped it out of cleanliness. And he ate outside the sukkah. Now, bread less than the volume of an egg is considered achilas hara, it's considered a snack. And that means that he did not take it into the sukkah. So the way that this is explained here, brought down from the Tosfos Yontif, and I'll read it to you. Here the Mishnah teaches that it is acceptable for even a Torah scholar to eat a snack outside the sukkah, as the halacha allows. This is not considered to be a deficiency in one's observance of mitzvahs. So my understanding here is that, yes, it's praiseworthy to eat in the sukkah, but even a Torah scholar is expected to be very meticulous in his observance. If he doesn't eat in the sukkah, there is nothing lacking in observance. It's not like you really, that halacha says you're exempt, but really you should be eating in the sukkah. No. There is no deficiency in your halachic observance, even for Talmid Chacham, if it's outside the sukkah. Making sure you still eat these things in the sukkah is praiseworthy. Extra credit. You're praiseworthy for it. But there's nothing lacking if you don't do it. And the last part is he didn't bench afterwards. He didn't say the Berachas Hamazon afterwards. That means, according to him, his opinion is that you all see the volume of an egg to be obligated to say Berachas Hamazon. That's not what we hold like in halacha. We follow the opinion that you bench over, you say Berachas Hamazon over the volume of an olive of bread. And what an olive doesn't mean our little olives nowadays. It means bigger olives. Bigger olives are almost the size of an egg of our eggs nowadays. So that's what. So we don't follow that, but that was his opinion. Also, interestingly, about the first part that he didn't watch until Sidayim for less than the volume of an egg. In practical halacha, we say, at least the way many opinions say, is that you're going to wash any amount of bread that you eat. You're going to wash. If you have a morsel of bread, you wash for it, but you don't make a bracha of al Sidayim until you eat the volume of an egg. Have a wonderful day.